Morning everybody and welcome back to my allotment. I'm late, I know I'm late and I'm sorry about that, but it's been so wet and there's not really been a lot going on to sort of show you and to tell you about. So I sort of thought, rather than making you watch pretty much exactly the same plot tour as you did last time, I thought I'd delay it a little bit. I'm kind of thinking over the winter months I might condense and do the two plot tours together and sort of bring them out monthly rather than trying to alternate fortnightly, because getting up here is becoming more and more difficult. But I do have some bits and pieces to show you. The weather has really changed. It's really wet. We've gone from like the driest summer in like years to now it just feels like it's constantly raining. I think it's supposed to rain again tonight and it's supposed to rain again tomorrow during the day, and that just makes being able to sort of make these bigger changes, particularly over on plot 2, quite difficult. So yes, things are slow at the moment. Hopefully when we get the other side of Christmas, when it tends to be colder yet drier, that should make things a little bit easier for me. But we won't all be negative, things are happening, and I will show you around. So sort of starting off in the polytunnel, still got some lettuce growing. We have the tail of 2 lettuces. This one seems to be doing okay. This one, not sure what's going on, but it seems to be dying off really rapidly to the point I'm actually going to lose it. I'm going to take it out. And then we've got the winter lettuces, the sort of winter leaves, sort of packed in bits and pieces going on in there. These are still holding on. I don't think they'll hold on for much longer, but they are still holding on. Pak choy growing down there. More dodgy looking lettuces. Got loads of chilies I need to harvest there and in here as well, but still really impressed that they're still going. It's starting to fall off now, so we will take those off. I also got donated a new shelving unit. Don't quite know, someone was getting rid of it, and allotment holders are wombles, so yeah, that was mine. That wasn't going missing. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I like it. Tripod leant against the corner, which I really need to put in the shed. And then we've still got some sort of bits and pieces hanging on down here. Samphire really drying out now, but you leave it to dry out and then it will self-seed. So if you look really closely, hopefully it will focus, you can just see the little seeds coming on in there now. So I will leave that. My little tiny apricot tree has lost all its leaves. And then yes, some chilli plants need to go down there. Strawberries are still here. And this is the moody. This is looking really healthy at the moment. I haven't actually harvested any of that yet, but it's looking pretty good. And then I still have my, rubbish out the way, still have my flower growing greenhouse in here. Lots of them have been potted on. So I've got the Ami, I believe these might be some straw flowers, some calendula, no idea, but over there I'm sure they'll be beautiful. Hollyhocks, some lettuce down there, mainly that sort of stuff on the bottom is going. Sorry, brief interlude there. If those of you that follow me on Instagram, you'll know I've had a bit of a mouse problem in my shed and actually, my polytunnel. I'm just looking at this here thinking, is that mouse poo? I don't know, but I don't like it. So to come out of the polytunnel, I don't think too much has changed here. Horseradish is obviously suffering in the winter. Flowers are all looking a little bit tired, but never mind, that's what these things do. I took the net off the purple sprout and broccoli and it's just collapsed, but it's been so wet that I haven't had much of a chance to do anything with it. I'd like to sort of put stakes in each corner and tie it up, but it's too cold and wet. Brassica cage is looking pretty good. Got a lot of bolted sort of tender stem broccoli in there. But more positively, I do have some calabrese. Now that's something I've never been able to grow, so really pleased with that. Carrots are sort of had their day. parsnips, and I've had a few out there and they're not bad. Deformed, but then my parsnips always are. So the parsley bizarrely is still holding on, but the red perilla has sort of gone to seed now, so hopefully that'll sort of come back next year. Leeks are okay, they're a little bit rusty, but if I take the outer leaves off, they're not too bad at all. I have not got round to cutting my raspberries back yet, so I will sort of trim them all off down almost to the ground and let them come back next year. Swede. So I talk about swede a lot. I'm just not very good at growing it. But actually, are they that bad? They're not attractive by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I go too far to say not even the companies that do wonky veg would sell them. But I am going to leave them. I'm going to have a go at harvesting them. And I'm even going to eat them. Yeah, they are ugly. Really ugly. They're like, this one's got like feet. But anyway, never had a lot of luck with swede. So these beds, can't remember if I cleared them last time I spoke to you, but these have all been cleared now, bar the weeds. Still got a bit of weeding to do. And then, I'm not even going to look at the compost bins, they're an embarrassment. This nasturtium is just like plotting world domination. I really just need to trim that back. I am actually going to take you back to the compost heap. This has been in there probably for about a month, and honestly it doesn't care. It's like, meh, compost heap or what, our flower. Marigolds have gone over now, I'll take them out. I need to get over the fact that I can walk on this grass now. It's been down for ages. Finally weeded this bed. Looks so much better, so really pleased with that. Also did some weeding sort of along here. I've got a little bit more tidying up to do here. And I took the beans out. So the beans have now gone. I've got to tidy up this bed, but yeah, they've gone. So that's looking much, much tidier. Garlic, still under its blanket. And then the cabbages are doing okay, as is the kale. Now last time I filmed a video, somebody asked me if I could show how I built my garlic cage. I'm actually going to show you on the cabbage cage I've got here. It's exactly the same method that I use for building both. It's just easier to show you on here because so you can see through the netting and you can't see through the veggie mesh quite so well. So I will quickly run through how I do that. So this is the sort of type of cage that I tend to use all round because it's cheap. So this here is MDPE water pipe. I think this is 20 mil, this stuff. Oh, it might be 22 mil. But anyway, so it's not particularly wide. And then what I do is, under here, if I pull this up, you can see there's just a little bit of bamboo cane. That's about 10 inches long. I put the bamboo cane into the soil and then I push the pipes down onto the bamboo cane. I just find that easier and more sort of structural, has a greater structural integrity than trying to put the pipe straight into the ground. So I do that. And then along the top, I just rest some bamboo canes, which I will then tie to the top of the water pipe just to offer it again a bit more sort of rigidity. It's not going to stand up to a hurricane. I'm not that delusional, but it does hold up fairly well. And then the netting that I've got on here is actually just scaffolding netting, which is really quite handy because it comes with these like little holes in it, and I just poke the cane through the end, which stops the netting sliding about. And then I just weigh it down, the edges down with some bricks or stones or whatever I've got laying about, leaves in this circumstance. And as you can see, I build all my cages the same way. So that one's got the kale in, and then this final one has the garlic in. For some reason my garlic thing seems to have popped up, but sometimes it does that. And then the garlic one is built again in the same way. Now the garlic one isn't my best example because I couldn't be bothered to cut more water pipe, being perfectly honest. So I probably will take this off and put some extra sort of pipes in there just to give it some more stability. But that is basically how I build my cages. Bamboo cane in the ground, MDP water pipe over the top, bamboo cane, netting. Drops a good one. This here is veggie mesh from Gardening Naturally, Natural Gardening. I'll put a link in the description below. They don't sponsor me, it's not gifted, bought and paid for with my hard-earned money, but I do like this stuff. And so that's Scaffold Direct Netting, again I'll link them. So I've just popped over onto plot 2. You see the garlic cage is just behind us there. I've actually done very little over on plot 2. In fact, I'm quite disappointed with how little I've done over on plot 2. But it's just been so wet, and trying to move the manure, it's just so heavy and so slippery everywhere. I'm hoping that, as I said sort of earlier, after Christmas we'll get that sort of nice, crisp, dry yet cold weather, and that will give me a real good opportunity to sort of crack on with it. If I sort of show you the front of the plot, it's not looking too bad if I sort of do this. So, obviously potato patch is still here. I don't know if I'd done this last time I saw you or spoke to you. So this here, this inconspicuous little pile of mound, is actually my hibernaculum. So it's got a bit of drain pipe going in there and over there. And inside the hibernaculum is sort of some sticks, some branches, some bits of slate and some stone and all those sorts of things that I had just sort of had on the plot. And the idea is it provides a habitat for frogs and toads. They can enter in down those drain pipes and yeah, spend the winter in there. And obviously we like slugs and toads. No, we don't. We like frogs and toads because they eat slugs. So yeah, hopefully, in my head there's about 30 down there. Whether that's a reality or not, I don't know. So yeah, the hibernaculum's just sort of in here. And then this is going to be the rhubarb bed, and this is where the arch is going to go over. So either, basically the arch will span these two beds here with the path in the middle. And then I've also done the 2 raspberry beds. This is using the, you can just see the edge of the cardboard here, the typical no dig method cardboard with quite good thick layer of manure on top. So that's, one's going to be sort of sun gold, and the other one will be autumn bliss, so red and golden raspberries. And then just the bed at the front. So yeah, that's all come in. I've also brought this crate down that was in the way over there. Don't know what it's going to be for yet, but it will be for something that requires quite a lot of depth. Maybe parsnips. Maybe I'll grow like mammoth parsnips. I want those carrots. Now, I really want those carrots, is what I was just going to say. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're like a Japanese carrot, and they can grow like up to 1 metre long. She grows grows them, but I can only find them available in America. So and they want to charge me like, you know, the packet of seeds is like £3, and they want to charge me like £45 to get them sent over here. So I haven't bought any yet. So if anyone's got any and are willing to share, I'm happy to donate some money to you, or buy them off you is what I'm trying to say. Let me know, because I really want to grow those, and maybe they could grow in the giant crate, because that would give them enough depth with a bit of like sandy soil, etc. So yeah, let me know if you've know of anywhere I can get them. I'm going to find the name and I'll put the name on the screen. I can't remember the actual name, but yes, I want those. And I also did myself a new plot sign. So this is plot 105. Yeah, as you can see down the back, it looks exactly the same. I've sort of been working on this front bit here slowly. It does feel really slowly, but as I say, it's just so wet and slippery at the moment. And I still haven't really worked out what I want on this plot and where everything's going to go. So, the job for me. Spend too much time up here and not enough time planning how I'm actually going to do it. But yeah, so if I just sweep you around, this is plot 1. So as you can see, they're really quite nice and close to each other. So I just want to thank you all so much again for coming along and watching today. A little bit of a 2-in-1 with plot 1 and 2 both on show today. If you want to follow along and see how I'm getting on, hit that subscribe button. I think I'm supposed to do something about the thumbs up button as well. But yeah, thank you very much. And any comments, please, or questions, please leave them below and I will try and get back to you. And if there's anything you want to see in these videos, like the lady whose name I can't remember, but like the lady who asked me to show how I build my cages, let me know and I'll try and accommodate that for you. But thanks again, and I will see you all soon.